So most of you, do you all want to do summer because you want to do it, put it on your transcript? Who here wants to put it on their transcript, like from a university to get credit? Just one person.
Actually,
so all of you are keeping your options open.
I want to have international experience.
International experience. Yeah, that's the difference. I was speaking to the head of the British Council here, and I said, you know, what do Brazilians want from summer session, from summer school? Because if you ask an American or Australian or Canadian, he's like, I want this course, I want to finish it, so I don't have to do it back home, and that's it. And it's great. If I learned something, it's wonderful, and I want to see the country. But he told me that in Brazil, people, it's like more of like an educational tour. It's self-enrichment. They want to see different places. They want to study a different style and live it. And he said they don't mind too much if they don't get credit back home. Whereas if you ask an American guy, he'll be like, no way, I'm not doing it. No credit, I'm not doing it. So it's amazing. That's why we love Brazilian students in the UK.
But here in Brazil, it's difficult to change, to bring that to the program.
Yeah.
And most of the universities don't accept this kind of discipline.
Yeah. Some of them will, like the University of Sao Paulo, for example, and they'll give the credit, but you have to ask in advance.
Yeah.
And sometimes I know it's difficult to get to the registrar's office or your equivalent and say, hey, listen, this is the course I want to do. And they're like, yeah, later. You have to say, this is the course I want to do. Here it is, the description, the full technical description.
Some kind of accreditation from the course, the credit you have.
Exactly.
Abroad. Then it's difficult to.
And then you
a lot of bureaucracy.
What you have to do is find, I think the easiest is to ask the professor or any teacher that is in your class, because he has contacts within the university, of course. Say, I want to do this course. Can you talk to the registrars for me, basically, and find out, not even find out, just say, I need credit for this. Will I be able to get credit? And they'll ask for it. Of course, the smaller the institution or institutions that don't have many ties with UK universities or the US or anywhere, it's going to be more difficult. Whereas big institutions like University of Sao Paulo or any of the other ones like Rio, it's going to be a lot easier to contact their registrar's office and they'll be like, yeah, no problem, here's your transfer. Yep.
Is there any possibility of finishing the graduation on the summer courses? Finish the graduation at the start of the year with
oh, to finish, basically finish your, basically to finish the class and graduate your last class in the UK, and what, get your degree from Brazil?
yes, to
Oh, to start here and then go to the UK? Yeah, generally it's, how it works in the UK generally for undergraduate is you do in senior medio, is that what it's called? Yeah, senior medio, you do that one, and then you do then you do a foundation program, which is a mixture between what you want to study, so let's say politics, and English, a mixture of the two. So that makes it 2 years right there. Then you do 3 years to finish your degree. In total, it's a 4-year degree, basically. If you're going from senior medio to finish your bachelor's, this is for the bachelor's. Or you can study 1 year in Brazil, like at University of Rio, for example. Senior medio, go to University of Rio, do 1 year, and then you can come and do your last 2 years of King's, for example, or your last 2 years anywhere. Each university will be different. With King's, for example, is 8 out of 10 is required. The universities in the UK are different from the US in the sense that when you apply to an American university, you're accepted for everything, generally. You apply, they'll say the GPA required is 4.0, which is like, as an example, which is 10 out of 10. And it means that you're accepted at an entire university, you can study whatever you want. With UK, you apply to the department. You apply for, I think it's like the same in Brazil.
Yeah.
You apply for economics. Each one has a completely different entrance requirement. For example, our war studies department or our medicine will require 10 out of 10. Other departments, some will require 8, and some 9. So it completely depends. And again, when they say minimum, the easier the university, it means it's the minimum is generally enough. But the difficult universities, the really hard ones like King's, for example, we say minimum of 8. It could be you have a 1 in 5 chance or 1 in 10. As an example, again, the War Studies Department receives 12 applications, and they're all 9 out of 10. You can only take 1 of those 12. So it depends. So you have to be realistic and apply to more than one institution. You're thinking undergraduate, especially. Undergraduate is very difficult. Master's is slightly easier unless you're doing like a medical program, or it's slightly easier when you're talking about research. The higher you go, which is weird, it kind of gets a little bit easier. As long as you're a good student, of course. Same with the PhDs. Some institutions will have it. We won't have it because we're more biomedicine than anything. But there will be universities that have biology or intro level biology courses. And again, this is probably the easiest site, because if you could go upstairs, and I don't know if you've been around yet, but go to the different universities and ask, did you find any that did biology?
Yeah.
Okay. And do you remember what the university was? City?
Glasgow, Manchester.
Okay. Did they offer summer? Do you know?
Most of them didn't offer.
They don't offer biology in summer.
Yeah.
Check that one there, outposts.com. It might be that you search for summer biology, but you should be able to put it in that way. It should bring something up. I'd be surprised if there's nothing available, because there are students, especially biology from France, Germany, and the US. A lot of those students do biology, and they want to come and continue on. They don't want to stop their studies during the summer. They want to continue and get credit at the same time. That's it. I got 5 minutes. The chief is all the big boss.
Actually, if I finish my post-graduation, like already have my master's studentship, and I want to do a summer session. Can I?
If you've already finished.
If I already finished.
Yeah, that's not a problem at all. You can definitely do that. And like I said to the lady back there, you can, even if you've finished, even if you want to do an introductory master's course, for example. Just look at the requirements. Some universities will have more difficult requirements than others, especially if the university is harder rather than easier. The easiest way to look at how hard the university is probably the university ranking system, which will reflect the university. So if you're looking, it's called either the Guardian or the Times Higher Educational Ranking. Just put UK university rankings, it'll come right up. Anything in the top 50 is going to be pretty hard. King's is at 27, that's why a lot of our courses are really hard, entry requirements. But if you're looking at anything top 50 and below, yeah, top 50 is really difficult. And of course it gets easier like anything as you go lower. And rankings shouldn't matter that much to you if you're doing summer school, because that's what you want, is the experience, the teaching, and all that. If you're using it specifically for a career move, then definitely look at rankings, especially if they're going to put it on your transcript. If they're going to put the university, you know, Zadora studied here, and she did this economics class, and it's going to be on your transcript, then yeah, you want a big name on your transcript, sure. Because it's going to help you later with jobs, master's degrees programs, or PhDs, or whichever. Yeah. Well, I'll be upstairs on the King's table. If you have any other questions, let me know. And does anyone want a brochure on summer school? Anything like that? Yep. That's a study of